A lot of people are reacting to this historic move, one of the most dramatic political plays of our time. Rapper Cardi B came out to prove a point. She said, "Stop playing with me, check the date," said this on June 30th. Been told y'all Kamala should have been the 2024 candidate. Y'all be trying to play the Bronx education. Baby, this what I do. Been my passion. Don't let my accent fool y'all. So, just over 3 weeks ago, Cardi B came out and blamed the Democrats and Biden for being in Kamala's way. She said this moment right here will be the best moment for Kamala to become president because 4 years from now, we'll be dealing with fresh candidates and the competition will be more tough.
This was your moment. You should tell that, listen, I'll buy you a wheelchair and you get the on. It's my turn now, Nick. It's my turn.
Yeah, this was 3 weeks ago. She advised Kamala to throw Biden in a wheelchair and send him to Florida to retire so she could be president herself. Listen, I really think there's a Democrat advisor somewhere that was lurking on Cardi B's page and people like her listening in and checking the temperature on if they could swap Biden out for her. We're going to get into it, but first, take a second to make sure you subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell for all updates. Won't waste any time. Let's go ahead and get into it.
I want to say this though, right? Y'all know I'm not voting and I got my reasons why I'm not going to vote. But I do have some of my opinions, right? I feel like it was very selfish of Biden or the whole Democrat party association, whatever they got going on. I feel like it's very selfish that they allowed Biden to continue to run for president. I feel like they should have passed the torch to Kamala. Like this was the perfect moment for her. Like it's like right now I don't feel like we have strong candidates. We don't have strong candidates. I feel like this would have been her perfect time to shine. We already know that she's sharp with the mouth. We already know that whatever value that Biden wants, she's practically the same value.
The agenda is definitely the same, and that's perfect for the vote blue no matter who crowd. This move is more of a transfer, so the voters who already supported Biden heavy will more than likely support Kamala. But will that make a difference for the center or independent voters? That's what we'll have to see play out.
So I feel like it was a little bit selfish to not make that choice to give her this moment to run for presidency.
And remember, this was Cardi B 3 weeks ago, up here saying Kamala needed to be the candidate instead of geriatric Joe. One thing I noticed she said over and over was give this to Kamala. The key word, give.
Now, she most likely gonna run for presidency in 4 years or in 8 more years. And it's going to be a little bit tougher for her. So it's like, not only is it gonna be a little bit tougher for her to run for president, but it's also, again, it's gonna be a little bit tougher for a black woman to run for president.
That's another thing. This week, the first Indian vice president is black again. This woman being allowed to cosplay as a black woman in the year of Not Like Us is wild, by the way. A woman raised in the Asian culture, not by her Jamaican father, and was even raised in Canada for a significant amount of time with zero connection to descendants of black American slaves, and now she's representing black American women? I'm telling you, the hypocrisy is staggering.
So it's like this was the perfect moment, the perfect chance. Like Joe Biden, like it's like, I personally just feel like he should just enjoy his life right now with his children, with his grandkids. You already made a legacy. You already became president. You did something that you always wanted to do, and that's become president. You ain't have to run for a second term. This should have been the perfect moment to give it to Kamala. And it's like, it's right now like this.
Here's to give it to Kamala theme again. I think we're really making this appointment thing way too normal. No, what they should have done was have a real primary and have candidates compete and fight for the votes. Not just give a position to somebody and basically appoint a presidential candidate. The Democrats are supposed to be big on democracy and saving the democracy, but they've been trying to appoint candidates for years now. Remember back in 2016, most Democrat voters clearly wanted Bernie, and they basically stole the nomination and gave it to Hillary. They messed over Bernie and appointed Hillary because that's who they wanted. Once again with Bernie and Biden in 2020. That was 4 years ago when all of them had to compete, including Kamala, and nobody wanted her. She didn't even win Cali, her own state. Got no support. But here's an example of another appointment. They don't care what the people want. A few folks will be allowed to just pick somebody and then they put them in our face to convince us that we want them. And you know, right now we're not talking about policies. We're just talking about identity. We keep hearing black this and black that, but nobody's offering any tangible benefits in an agenda for black Americans. That's really what I'm waiting to hear. And somebody should tell Kamala now, we don't want Obama 2.0. We want tangibles.
I don't know, like, even like with the whole debate and everything going on, I am so like not, it's like, oh my gosh, like, why they just didn't just, somebody said Kamala wouldn't win unless she switched up hard. Look at the actually I think so, because let's be real, right? America is a big reality TV show. America is a reality TV show, and it's like, I feel like it would have been so controversial for Joe Biden to step down and Kamala just take over. People would have loved it. I mean, like, look at the debate. It was like a Love and Hip Hop show. Like, it's like, it was just a Love and Hip Hop like reunion. So it's like, imagine she would have watched Trump. She shared the same values Joe Biden was gonna do. Everything they did this past 4 years is already setting up for the next 4 terms.
If what happened over the last 4 years continued until 2040, Black American wealth will be at negative 50,000, completely wiped out in probably 8 years. I mean, we already got the memo that Black American wealth is on record to drop to 0 by 2053. But I think it's going to be a lot worse and sooner if we keep going in the same direction. That's why now more than ever, it's really important to get something for our vote instead of doing the same old dance we've been doing for the last 50 plus years.
So I don't know, it's just a little selfish for the whole Democrat Party to not give her this moment, because she might not ever get this moment again. That's all I'm saying. What you is it saying? Somebody saying Kamala's a no. Kamala's a no. Okay, and Biden is a yes. They share the same values. They share the same values. They share the same and everything. Like, should have just gave her this moment for her.
A moment for her? What about us? Why all of a sudden is politics about one person? And it's not just in this race. I'm seeing this narrative on every stage, from national to local. It's not about them. It's supposed to be about we the people. But the system is really being exposed right now because obviously big time donors, they matter more than the voters. They're the ones choosing for us. We didn't choose anything.
It's almost like, okay, like, it's almost like she would have continued what Biden is doing, so it wouldn't really make a change, but it's still like, it's just selfish. It's selfish of them not to have Kamala as president. And she knows she wants that seat. She'll be lying. She'll be like, no, I'm okay being a vice president. You want to be the president. You should have backdoored Biden. That's what you should have done. You should have backdoored Biden. These white. This was your moment. Them niggas robbed you out your moment. I'm telling you, they robbed you out your moment. You should have been there debating Trump. Listen to me. You need her as your friends. Cause you.
Cardi said Kamala needed some hood chicks as her friend. Don't worry, they'll be calling you to do a video with her, just like Geriatric Joe did in 2020. You know, to get all your old street walking friends from Magic City so y'all can pop your thought pockets for votes. All I'm saying is, Cardi, when you interview her, ask her what is she going to do for the Black American community since they want our vote right now.
Bro, I don't know, like, Biden right now is really moving like my pappy. Like, my pappy is only, well, you know what? I think there is a big difference between 80 and 88, because my granddaddy 88. But it's like, come on, you're in your 80s. And I don't think he's healthy for being 80 years old, because Patti LaBelle just turned 80 years old, and honey, she could sit me the fuck down. Okay? Patti LaBelle is 80 years old and she could sit me the fuck down. But you could see the difference between Patti LaBelle and Joe Biden. They're not the same type of 80 years old. They're not the same type of 80 years old. Like, come on now. So I just don't feel like he's all the way healthy. And I feel like, bro, you already built your legacy. You already became president. You already said...
I don't know. Ending it like this was janky. They should have announced this 2 years ago or sometime after the midterm, and then Kamala could have ran against whoever, and voters would have had time to examine everybody and make their decision. This appointing a presidential candidate thing is just wild to me. This can't become normal.
It should have been your moment, Kamala. And you know it. You know you want to be the president. You know in the next 4 years it's going to be hard for you to run for candidate. This was your moment. You should have told that, listen, I'll buy you a wheelchair and you get the fuck on. It's my turn now, nigga. It's my turn. So yeah, that is just a little something that I say. Now, I ain't with none of them. I ain't with no Democrats, and I'm not with Republicans. And I told y'all, I kind of told y'all why I'm not with none of them. However, I will say that this should have been a Kamala's moment. Kamala, you should have backdoored Joe Biden. You should have backdoored his... I don't give a... Should have been your moment. You should have been up there rating that orange mother. Yeah, it should have been you. Because it's like, all right, like, let's say if Kamala would have run for president, right? She would have continued the same thing that Joe Biden did. But you know the thing about it is that they just don't believe in her. They didn't believe in her. That needs to go and retire in Florida. Kamala, this should have been your moment, because in the next 4 years, we're going to have fresh candidates. Trump is not going to exist. Biden is not going to exist in the next 4 years. We're going to have fresh faces running. We're going to have new candidates, new everything. And Kamala, is going to be very hard for you to run for president. This should have been your moment. These white
So it cut off there, but the last thing this Dominican woman said is these, quote, white MFers robbed Kamala by not giving her the nomination. So Cardi, a Latina, was blaming Biden and the white Democrats on Kamala not being the front runner. And just a couple of weeks later, everything changed. She was talking about how Kamala should have backdoored Biden, and who knows, maybe the Dems watched her and said, yeah, let's backdoor Biden. Whatever the case is, it was already in play. Wouldn't give Cardi that much credit, but I'm pretty sure they saw her video and maybe it was used as a temperature check, along with a lot of other resources and voices and commentary surrounding the whole situation. Everything is really looking like a setup right now. All I want to know is, what are they going to do for our vote? Or are we expected to vote for her only because she's black? Are they looking for Obama 2.0? Let me know what you think about this below. Special thank you to Philip J. I appreciate you, Philip, for all of your support, as well as Dark Power and Ken G. Don't forget that you can support this channel as well. Links to Cash App and PayPal are below. Ladies, fellas, want a balanced analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to like and share.